Oh man, we're live. We're live. All right, let me do the 3 clap.
Should we just do a round of applause really quick?
Dirty Sailor Company, where mariners come to fuck each other. No, that's a joke. That's not actually what this company is all about. Really quick, this video is about Dirty Sailor Company and our design/branding expert here to discuss just quickly a new content concept, which involves podcasting.
I mean, it'd be interesting to hear like all the misconceptions. Like, what do I think about people living on a boat? What do I think it's like, and what is it actually like? Here's something that I think about sailors when it's dinner time. Do they ring a bell? Like, food. Why don't you could tell me about the types of women that you've experienced? There's a song.
Chicks with dicks.
Oh, sea shanties and like tradition at the, and I mean, obviously I'm saying sea shanties and knowing that you're probably thinking like that's not a thing. Yeah. Exactly. Like that's not.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
You don't sing that?
I sung it every day at work actually. That's how we march into the galley.
Well, the funny thing is like we believe everything. I feel like people just believe what they're told. If it's not super far out of like what you can imagine, then you're gonna believe it.
Yeah.
Or you might not believe it, but it's just kind of there in the back of your mind as like the only thing you've ever heard. So you just don't question it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's like sociology 101, like we follow like the group without questioning it because we don't want to be outcasted. Yeah.
We don't want to be. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, I mean, what other misconceptions are there then? What do you think a sailor is? What's a sailor?
Someone who. Oh, I don't know. I never really think about the actual person. Oh, I think about. I've thought about like what is it like when you get into port? Is it all just like drinking and hookers and?
Yes.
Yeah, is that pretty much it?
I mean, yeah.
That's not a misconception.
I mean, tattoos and STDs and, prostitutes.
Well, that's funny. I mean, it's just like one of those misconceptions from a landlubber like myself.
That every person on a boat knows the dinner whistle?
Yeah, the dinner whistle or the dinner bell. I bet there's a lot
Not this guy. Nope, not this sailor. Don't know anything about that. I wonder if I've showed my balls to the camera yet.
Do you want to?
I mean, kind of. Another thing is like, and this is the big problem is due to the sensitive nature of some sea stories. Sea stories almost by definition. Third time's a charm. And
words are hard.
And thoughts tend to like go away sometimes too. What am I saying? Definition of sea stories is, by definition, sea stories are sensitive in nature to social standards. So like there's sensitive. So when I interview professionals, I'm trying to get back to the point. When I interview professional mariners, like I feel like there might be some like cloaking of the embellished sea story, which makes it not a sea story because sea stories are supposed to be embellished and juicy and like, oh my God, like that happened or this happened. And
that's what I want to hear.
So how the fuck do we get like these guys to loosen up? And I'm just imagining specific people in my network that I want to talk to so bad, but they have like really professional careers, and like if I start saying some of my sea stories, like, and my boss sees it, my boss will be like, God damn it, Bradley, like, like because like there's a reputation for a company with employees and stuff like that. So like maybe I just need to get people drunk first.
That's interesting. I mean, it's an interesting problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear what it's really like.
Do you think it's a problem? Do you think it could be a problem? Or do you think I'm just like over?
It's really going to depend on the person you're interviewing, and what their job is. And
I mean, I have Coast Guard and Navy friends, that are kind of high up there. They're up there in rank, and they can expose what they did when they were low-ranking guys in fucking Guatemala. Like, Jesus. Oh, my God. Although I have pictures, so they can blackmail them.
And who does it benefit? Who does it benefit for you to be talking about the nasty things? I don't even know what I don't even know how nasty it could get, you know?
Like, he's got a 5-man crew running that show.
Really? I thought it was just him and young Jamie.
I mean, that's for, like, aesthetical value, right? But there's a production crew there. Joe Rogan's not like, okay, now the TV's off, let me start editing. And Jamie's not like, all right, everybody's gone home, I guess I'll be working late again by myself. Like that's professionally done.
Has
Like,
this been on?
some of it might be outsourced. Of course, a lot of it's outsourced, and we need to learn characters, and we want to experience sailors for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's relevant to building their character, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just an arbitrary story about some other part of their life, like, I think that needs to be controlled.
Does it though?
I think so.
I mean, and you can do that by asking certain types of questions, and I would recommend not necessarily like stopping them. Like if you're interviewing someone and they're talking about something personal that's not related to being on the ship, don't necessarily interrupt them. But then your next thing could be kind of taking what they said and moving it into your own
Just
topic.
imagine like going over and like slapping them, like, shut the fuck up about that stupid shit. Get back on topic. I mean, I think props in general are great. Like, I would like I could use a prop right now. I think I fidget, and I'm just like trying to like fidget with my legs, like in the back of my. But if I had something like, maybe just like a helm.
How are you going to choose what you're going to talk about with the different people?
It's gotta be, yeah.
Like, do you go based on their job?
Yeah, for sure. So different thoughts about that, right? One is like I just approach anybody who can fit that like broader definition of a sailor or mariner type of character, right? Mm-hmm. And then I just start, wham, here's a list of questions. Or B, which I've been tinkering with in the old noggin there, was like I approach people specifically for their experience. Like, this guy went through a maritime academy. Let's talk about that with this guy because he's done that. He's been there. Maybe talk to a lot of people who went through maritime academies and then like intertwine their interviews about maritime academies. Mm-hmm. And then you could take that and just go with it. You could do like submariners, like submariner episode. You could do like, I mean, you could do everything from canoe boaters to submariners to maritime academy guys to like Bering Sea, Arctic, polar rollers, icebreakers, like everything, like cooks. What's it like to be a cook on a boat?
Polar rollers.
Like, you could do all these different themes. That might be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, within that, you might get stuck to these themes, and then you stop building like the personal characters. So maybe just interviewing personal characters. Do I want to interview just personal characters and like develop individual like dirty sailor people, or do I want to interview people with the prospect of building an idea about different concepts inside the industry? I don't know. I mean,
you could have multiple formats and do both of them, do all of them.
Yeah.
You could have a set of questions that you ask everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, tell me about the types of women that you encountered when you went off the. I mean, it really depends on what you're interested in finding out and what you're interested in sharing.
But maybe, like, I think you were getting at, like, you could do both.
Yeah,
like,
you can.
10 questions on personality and 10 questions on industry specific.
Well, what I'm thinking with these specific 10 questions or 5 questions would be to have a format so that when someone comes to be interviewed, they already know that you're going to ask them about the women, about the job, about...
Yeah. Well, I got to preload the interview.
I guess it'd be cool to hear what motivates someone to join one of these to do one of these types of jobs, to live on a boat?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why did you do it? Is it because you had no other options? Is it because you wanted to see the world? Is it because you are adventurous? You know, what is the reason?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. What do you think? Like, the overall idea. We were supposed to talk about like our design idea relationship here.
we can still talk about it. We don't have to wait for the hour. We can give ourselves another 10 minutes, cut that middle part out that we were just talking about.
I actually have to poop.
What would make you feel comfortable? A hat?
Alcohol. Alcohol is great.
I offered you whiskey.
Yeah, I know, but it's
But then I
gotta
drank it
drive
all.
that boat here in about an hour, so it's bad for the career. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's reapproach. Let me. Well, we still have to do our 10-minute or intro to the, or 1-minute intro to the Dirty Sailor Company. So maybe we can do that right now too. 5, 4, and that's it for Dirty Sailor Company. Wow, 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 wow. Ding, 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 ding.
So as we approached our first interview, we kind of talked about what was unique about the maritime industry, and one thing it is the separation that the world has from the work mariners do, and that comes with kind of misconceptions, and this is about that.